So it really does matter who you spend time with. Hi, I'm Casey. I'm a mindset mentor, and I help people transform their lives from meh to woo. Follow along for more. Anywho, and I like coffee, typically black coffee, but I'm on a little trip and they had creamer in the fridge. So, anywho, I wanted to talk about that transformation. You know, I've always worked for myself for the most part. I mean, I've had a few jobs before I worked for myself for a couple of decades, and now I just kind of, I don't even know what I do. I'm a mindset mentor. I help people transform their thoughts, words, and actions. That's what I do. So, anyway, I create content, I share my journey. My work is writing and reading and making videos to help others. That's what I do. But on that journey, on that path, there was a period where I didn't know how and where and what anything was going to come from next. And there was this time that I didn't know how I was going to make ends meet. And the people I was surrounded with told me I should get a job. I just laughed. Like, no, that doesn't feel good. Not getting a job. Doesn't feel good. It doesn't resonate. And because it doesn't resonate, you know, something else came along. And it was kind of like a job. It was a commission sales job. But it required a lot of freaking driving to different appointments. And that's a lot of wasted time. That's a lot of time spent driving. Nah, that wasn't for me. So it didn't feel good. So then that left my life. But the people in my life have pretty much all changed. There's very few people I spend time with now because there's very few people that think the way I think about money and life and work and fun and joy. And that's okay. You know why? Because my life is getting better and better and better because I'm following this instead of what people tell me I need to do that I think about. You know, when you think about stuff, it's just planning and fearing that something that happened in the past, either to you or to somebody else, could happen to me in the future. Stop. Start practicing being still. Start practicing when those thoughts come along, when those things that, like trains, you get on this train of a thought of whatever. I'm not worthy. This is horrible. It's not going to work out for me. Life sucks. And then you're around people that are continuing to tell you the same thing. They want to agree with you. So life sucks. And then they're like, yeah, it sure does. You want to hear how it sucks? I'll tell you how it sucks. And they give you their examples of how it sucks. And then you start creating more things that suck because that's what you're focused on. What if you were to focus on what's good? What if you were to focus on things that make you happy? What if you were to focus on the joy in your life? Get a gratitude journal. Start writing good things. Start focusing on good things. That's one of the big things that transformed my life. Was I started focusing on complimenting people. I had an experience, and that's the short version. But I started complimenting people every day, on the daily, on the hour. It was my clients. I started complimenting them. I liked how it felt. And that led to other things because I kept doing it. I'd compliment people in the grocery store. I would compliment people on the street. I would and before you know it, because all I focused on was finding the good in somebody to be able to speak the life into them, versus the way I was programmed. Find the negative in everything and everybody and don't tell anybody, just hold it in. Because we're not mean. We don't want to say anything mean to anybody. But it wasn't until I intentionally started focusing on the good and then verbalizing the good that I intentionally found because I was looking for it. I did that for a while. Now that's all I see. That's all I see. I see the good in everything and everybody. I see the good in all circumstances. So much so that it pisses people off, but that's why I spend a lot of time alone. Because I don't think like everybody. I don't speak like everybody. I don't act like everybody, but I had to separate myself because you become like those you surround yourself with. And if I'm not like those people, why would I continue to spend time? Because they're going to kind of want to clip my wings. Because they don't see how it could happen for them, because they don't believe it, because they know that they have to work. They have to have a job, and that's how I make money. Well, what if you were to transform your words, thoughts, and actions to where you don't believe that you have to exchange time for money? What if you were to do that? What if you were to do the work and actually tell yourself where you could fucking believe it? I don't exchange time for money. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Life is nothing but energy, and energy flows. I put good out, good comes back. Money is freedom. Money is the ability to be, do, and have. Money is nothing more than energy. Those are my beliefs. They're not what I used to believe. I had to transform and renew my thinking. Isn't that what the Bible says? I'll wait. They have to be renewed and transformed. And those of you that like to hold on to the way you think, I used to be one of those. I used to say, well, I'm just this way. Stop. You're your own worst enemy. You're the only thing holding you back from everything you've ever wanted. I'm just this way. Okay, well, keep being that way. It's great. Apparently, you're not here to grow. You're here to just be still and stay. But I'm here to grow and evolve and become and explore and expand and, kind of like those oak trees. They never stop growing. They keep going, keep going, keep going, keep growing. Through all the seasons, they lose leaves, they grow new leaves. They make baby oak trees around them. And before you know it, one single acorn can be an entire field of oak trees. Is it instant? It takes time. But it doesn't strive. It just is. It just is. It just is. And it just grows because that's what they do. Well, that's what you do. But the thing is, you have a mind that keeps you stuck. That's programmed to keep you stuck. It's programmed to keep you still. It's programmed to keep you where you are, doing the same thing you've always done. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, you can break free from that. That's a fact. So anyway, peace out. Find my website, find my YouTube, find something. If you're interested in working with me, I do a mentorship. I don't like to coach people. I just mentor you. I help you become aware of the things that you're saying and thinking and giving you tools and helping you focus and reshift. But a lot of people have seen results. So check it out. I hope you have a great day and be blessed.